Why must women over 60 start building a healthy self-image? Because it's an invisible barrier to living your best life. It took me 7 years to figure that out. So today, I'm going to share the exact same steps that I took so that you can save 7 years.
So, why is building a healthy self-image important in the first place? Because the way you view yourself affects whether or not you're stepping into your full potential. And why is that even important, you ask? Don't underestimate the impact your self-image has on other areas of your life. Most importantly, believe enough in yourself to achieve your goal, wish, or dream. Here are some ways to boost your self-image. Overcome any limiting beliefs. Think about something that you would like to accomplish, but you're unable to because you think of a limiting belief that's working in the back. Make a list of how that belief is negatively impacting your life. And now focus on how much your life would be enhanced if you were able to remove this belief from your life. Can you relate? In my recent 36-page ebook, I call it the Life Reinvention Kit, I have a very large section on limiting beliefs, actually 5 limiting beliefs and how to conquer them. That came out of my experience as a transformation coach and personal experience. Beliefs are things that we get stuck on. I'm not good enough, I don't know enough, I don't have time, and there's a few more. These things are things that you need to stop yourself in your tracks and ask yourself, yes, but is it true? Is it true that you don't have enough time? Is it true that you're not good enough? That one really bothers me because everybody is good enough, especially for women who have reached the age of 60. Let's face it, we've gone through a lot of stuff and we've had to do things we didn't even want to do, but we figured out a way to do it. And that's why I'm saying it's not true that you're not good enough. There's another way to do this. Create 5 affirmations and repeat them to yourself. Things that are empowering, that are positive about you. Now, what could that be? For example, I've created a 5-minute guided positive affirmation. It's in my podcast. It's free. You can listen to it. And it's all about positive affirmations that you repeat to yourself. Another aspect of boosting your self-image comes with doing something for someone else, like a volunteer. But before I go into that, I hear all the gurus saying, oh, it's so good when you do things for others. You feel better about yourself. Hang on a minute. Hold the phone. We've been doing something for others all our life. We've been managing a household. We've been handling a family. We've been handling a husband. We've been handling everything. No, we do things for others all the time. The difference is if we choose to do something that helps others in a way that is deeply meaningful and purposeful. That's a whole other matter. Something like that can really do a lot for your self-image. And it's not just you. It's the people that you're helping that actually build you up because you step in. That's a good thing. And you're not doing it because you want someone to build you up. You're doing it because you're doing it with all your heart and your love for something special. Having a healthy self-image begins with stepping into some healthy activities. Now, it's not just exercise, it's also nutrition. But these are deliberate steps that you take for your personal health. Pay attention to that because as we get older, these become even more important. We want to be able to enjoy adventures in life and have mobility to enjoy them with. Here's where I tell you how important exercise is for women, especially as we age. I did a podcast with a fitness professional. Her name is Lea Genders. I'll link it below. She specializes in women over 60. And she unpacks the whole thing and breaks it down and dials it down. She likes that expression. Dial it down, Stella. It's really good. I hope you'll go and listen to it because it's very insightful and we need that little boost. Our health is so important. Something you may not know about me is I stopped exercising between the ages of 45 to 60. I started running again when I was 60. And last month, I jumped into a 5K race and I actually placed 3rd in my age group. Can you imagine? That came as a total surprise. But never say never, because if I can do it, you can do it. Another way to boost your self-image is watch your self-talk. You know, that little voice that we have. We all talk to ourselves. You're not the only one. I'm not the only one. The greatest thing is that we can control that self-talk, and that's very important. It was a very tough habit for me to break. I used to talk negative about myself all the time, and it's a habit, and habits can be changed. And how did I do it? In my last video called Silencing Your Inner Critic, I tell a little story about how I wrote down all the negative self-talk I had about myself because I want to nail it. I don't want that thought or that word to pass my lips. I wanted to catch it right away. But I took it a step further. I took everything I wrote, put it in a burning bowl, and set it on fire. And the reason I did that was it's a very powerful metaphor of ending something. And it worked, believe it or not, as crazy as it is. Here's something else. Get started on that big project that you had for your life. The one that you put on the back burner and you forgot. You didn't really forget. It's just sitting there on the back burner. And you can make small steps towards that. What does that look like for you? Is it taking a real estate course? Is it starting a cooking channel on YouTube? Yeah, that's a thing. Is it going back to exercising and even entering a race? All of these are possible. Focus on making small steps in that direction, whatever it is. I have a wonderful book that I read, and I'll link it for you below, by Jeff Olson, called The Slight Edge. That book is golden. It breaks down into small, simple, daily habits, how you can accomplish your big projects. Some of the key points in that book is every small decision we make either contributes to our success or detracts from it. So it's important to be intentional about those small decisions you make. Consistency is key. It's the small positive actions performed consistently over time that lead to the bigger successes in our life. I love this one. He says, failure, that's just part of the journey. We need to learn from our mistakes so that we can keep moving forward. I love that. It's very forgiving, but it's true. The things you do every single day, the things that don't look dramatic, that don't even look like they matter. And not only do they make a difference, they make all the difference. And actually, without realizing it, that was the principle that I applied to my fitness journey. As I referred to earlier, I had stopped running for 15 years. And how did I start? Those small incremental steps. We need to avoid comparing. Comparing ourselves to others is what we call the thief of joy, right? Everyone has a different skill set. By the time you've reached 60, you have a lot of skills. And not everybody is the same, but they're all very important and valuable, and they're who you are. And that is a strength that you possess. If you do have to compare yourself to who you were at 20. Think of the experience that you have accumulated between 20 and 60. These are wonderful assets that you have. And sometimes the best comparison is to look back and say, wow, I did all that in my life. We have a tendency to say, oh, what did I do with my life? Well, you're overlooking some of the big things that you had to overcome. You don't get to 60 without going through challenges. So pat yourself on the back. If you need a little bit of help to start rebuilding this next chapter of your life, I have just the thing for you. It's my Life Reinvention Kit. I mentioned it earlier. It's a 36-page guide that I created out of my experience through my coaching and my personal experience. I address the pain points of women over 60, and it's designed to help you step into a bold new chapter with clarity and confidence. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, it took me 7 years to get to where I am today. You can save those 7 years for yourself with this little kit. That's why it's $7. Your next chapter starts now. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.